Hello there, Gemini North Nodes. Welcome back to North Node Rising. I'm so happy to see you guys. It's so good to see you. Uh, hope your November was great. Mine is turning out to be wonderful. I'm so grateful this month. That's all I can say to you. I'm just so grateful. For some reason, I started pulling cards, and cards are coming out. So I'm going to continue before I usher in spirit. I did do that for the last reading, so something is telling me to keep pulling. So let me just go ahead and pull two more cards. One came out, and I'm going to continue. I feel the need to continue Gemini North Node. Remember my communication style. It is centered, it is stationed in Taurus. So you're going to hear a lot of pauses. You're going to see me staring into space. This is how I channel. Inside out. We have all the answers from within. Sources put in us. Any admonitions, I will filter down, right? Let spirit take as long as it needs to take to give the cards that needs to be given. Two more cards for Gemini North Node. Two more cards for Gemini North Node. Two more cards for Gemini North Node, please. For the month of December, we are leaving 2025. It was a lot going on, right? A lot of lessons, but a lot of things that needed to be done. I know that, the regulars, I call people the regulars who are not in this walk, the regulars may not be able to see it. They do default on God is good, which is great. So they know that there may be a plan, but things are happening the way that it needs to happen. Things are happening the way it needs to happen. All right. I have the three cards. So let's thank spirit. And there'll be a moment of silence. I think I'm going to do it differently now. So just dwell, Gemini North Node, on what you need to dwell on. And as a collective, send energy to it. So I'm going to call on spirit and call on my ancestors and just be thankful. Gemini North Node. Yes, we are talking about the 2026. We have to go back before we can go to the future. And this year for you, for 2025 at Gemini North Node, was about your communication, trusting your intuition. That was big in most of your readings, right? So, depending on whatever sign you are, it could have been harder for you or easier for you, right? Because I like to integrate that sun sign, integrate who your parents were, what were their teaching style when they were rearing you, and that will determine if it was hard or not for you to receive that. Again, grounding yourself, listening to your intuition, and trusting in that voice, acting on what you think is being said, proving yourself, prove spirit, Gemini North Node. And when you practice, you'll get closer and closer. We're all evolving. We're all evolving. And me being the Gemini sun, I've had to listen to that too. I've had to listen to that too, because in my life, my first gut is normally the truth. I'll second guess myself. Are you having issues? Did you have issues this past year with second guessing yourself, doubting yourself? So that's what we're trying to past, right? Trying to get past. So your communication was a thing too. So this year, for this 2026 year, which will be a 1 year, how do we get it? 2026, 2 plus 2 plus 6 is 10. So we drop that zero and it's a one, a new beginnings. A new beginnings year. Okay, we can start all over, Gemini North Node. Everything will be all right. Okay, so the first one, the first card we have is the Temperance in reverse. The Temperance in reverse. Is this going to be an issue for you this year? This is Sagittarius energy, fire energy. Let me see what it's saying here. Balance, communication, change. So we just talked about communication. We just talked about new beginnings. Something is telling me when you look at him upright, there's two cups that represents balance to me, but one is higher than the other if you look at it. So off balance. Okay. So are you going to be dealing with that? Imbalance with you, Gemini North Node, is coming across as indecision. Indecision, like you may not want to make decisions. One-sided relationships, irreconcilable differences, short-term focus, clashing, lack of perspective. Short-term focus, that is a devolved state side of Gemini. Short-term focus, we can see the long term, but we can become impatient procrastinators. So you want to watch that for 2026, right? Want to watch that. Not inherently a bad card at all, but we have to think about what it is that we're trying to do and stay focused, stay on that line. So this is what you're trying to work out for 2026. You have come a long way listening to your intuition, but now it's time to practice what you preach. It's time to put legs to what you've learned, right? The second one is this water Pisces energies, completion, end of a cycle transformation. 10 of cups here, 10 of cups here. And you see a male, a female, um, you see two males and two females, mother and father, I would assume, and children, brother and sister. Okay. Again, another duality card from card one, but rain, rain, what's going to happen with the cups? They're going to overfill. It's going to be overly abundant. Gemini North Node, right? When we listen to our intuition, happiness, family, reunions, homecoming, stability, security, sanctuary, harmony, abundance, happy ever after, good luck. They're running towards the goodness, right? In that rain that is blessing them. It's not a curse, it's blessing them. So I do see that for you. It's almost like your your social calendar is going to be filled. We have another fire sun sign card. Achievement, renewal, leadership. Something's just coming. I'm going back. Something's just coming to me about the Sagittarius fire card, the first card. That is your South Node. So this admonishment for that first card could be watching out for that South Node energy, right? South Node energy, watching out, excess imbalance, that balancing out. So I had to say that because that came to me. And then at the very end here, we see a horse, right? You see a baby basking in that sun. That sun, okay? Nature is taking care of that child. I see happiness, joy, fun, optimism, glory, enthusiasm, clarity, clarity for 2026, success, positivity, energy, good fortune, life, and warmth. I'm getting all of that from that card, all of that. And my notes say your social world is going to expand. You're going to start attracting people that match your tenacity and your audacity, right? I can just see that for you for this year. So if you are a sign that kind of shies away from interaction, embrace it, embrace it, embrace it, Gemini North Node. We do have to be careful with this first card of temperance, be careful with that South Node energy. I also see with this 1 year, with you, Gemini North Node, it's okay for you to think about yourself. Think about yourself. It's okay to have happiness. I don't know why I need to say that. I go through that sometimes too. We look at everyone else to make sure they are okay. But Gemini North Node, it is okay for you to have the same, right? So be mindful of that when you are uh, taking care of family, right? Let the rain fall on all of you equally. Okay? And I can tell that there are some lessons that you have learned from 2025. It was a hard year. It was a hard year. I know there were lots of deaths in my family, three on one side. And normally, when there's a completion of three, there's a start of something good, right? There's births of a lot of different things. It doesn't have to be a baby. It could be ideas. So embrace that. Embrace that. Um, listen. I see something is saying you may even start seeking clarity to something that has been bothering you. So I don't know if this is something you've noticed about yourself, Gemini North Node, or about a situation. So you're going to receive clarity, and it might become clear as day. Something's coming up, maybe it's even to cut someone off. Yes, cut this person off. Yes, cut this person off, especially if it's not. What does this other note say? You're going to find people that match your authenticity, curiosity, your vision. You want to be with people of like minds. That's what I'm learning as well. So, with that Gemini North Node, stay tuned for this month's spotlight, which is for Sagittarius, which is your South Node. So, Sagittarius spotlight for the month of December. I will see you next time. Thank you for tuning in.